What's up, my little inklings around the world? My name is Nico Me, and you're watching the first episode of Splatoon 2 product placement, where every single Tuesday and Saturday I will be reviewing a Splatoon 2 weapon. We will be going through every single weapon, so stay tuned. Today I will be dissecting the Splatoon 2 Splat Brella, the new weapon just added this Friday. It's extremely fun, unique, and exciting. What score will I give it? I will either give an A, B, C, D, E, or F. You know the drill. You went to school before, I hope. Every single video I will have a segment where I read the fans' comments and reviews of the Splatoon weapon I review. Obviously I can't do it this episode because it's the first episode, but next Tuesday I'm reviewing the Splooshomatic, so please, before this video starts, comment down below your review of the Splooshomatic. You can just give it a rating out of 10, so 1 through 10. And you can leave a comment if you want. I will read your comments in the Splooshomatic review next Tuesday. So, here is the Splat Brella. The Splat Brella is a super cool new weapon added this Friday, and it is like no other. It is one of the most, if not the most, unique weapon in the Splatoon 2 library. For a quick summary of what the Splat Brella does, I will be hearing exactly what Sheldon has to say about it, because I'm sure that's what everyone else wants. This here is the Splat Brella. It features a completely different fighting style than any other weapon type. Extremely unique, Sheldon utters. You can scatter ink in front of you with ZR, but if you keep holding ZR, your umbrella will open up, blocking you from attacks. Furthermore, if you hold ZR even longer, you can launch the umbrella shield and it'll zoom forward with blocking attacks. The Sprinkler sub-weapon and the Ink Storm special further enhance your playstyle. This is a great set for getting used to the Splat Brella. Woo woo! The rest of this review will be a full-on, off-the-head review from me on what I think of the Splat Brella, so buckle your seatbelts, folks. Okay, so the Splat Brella. I have had a few days to digest the Splat Brella now. I had Friday, Saturday, now Sunday, and I thoroughly enjoy it. I don't know if you had the same experience as me, but when I first got the Splat Brella, I thought it was horrible. Give and take that everyone had the Splat Brella at the same time. Literally every single team was 4 Splat Brellas versus another 4 Splat Brellas, so I couldn't get much diversity out of that. But now having the weapon for a few days, facing different people and different weapons, facing different modes, and I also did Turf War, it is really, really good. It is very adaptable. At first, I thought it was very linear, it doesn't spread ink that well, and it takes a lot of ink, and I always die when I had it. Always, always, always give a weapon a few chances before saying it's bad for you, because the Splat Brella for me at first was horrible. I hated it. Everywhere I turned, I died. The Brella was just not really working for me. I shot it out, it did nothing. I was just using it wrong, and this isn't a tutorial on how to use the Splat Brella, it's just a review of it. But quickly, I want to say that the Splat Brella is very good at a few things, and it's very good at shooting ink fast and doing lots of damage with it. You don't expect it, but this does more damage than most other weapons do, and it is pretty long-ish range, and you don't really need long range with the Splat Brella because you can shoot the umbrella, and that is long range, so it makes up for it. It's very, very, very good at, you are, say, in Rainmaker, or you are in the towers, or you are in splat zones. You go in there, you shoot twice, and that person is splatted. If they are even a little bit splatted from maybe a bomb that hit a while away, or someone lightly hit them, it will be a one-shot kill. It is so powerful, and you sometimes will go into little areas, and you will shoot the Splat Brella, and you will kill one person after another after another. It is very powerful. With that said, that is not all it's good at. Many weapons are good at killing, and that's it. This is good at splatting, and many more. When you are in splat zones, or you are in splat towers, that holding the umbrella in front of you saves you a few seconds, and that seconds can save you the game, because you will stand there and people will try to get into that splat zone, or people will try to get on top of that tower, and you standing there with your umbrella blocking this zone or blocking the tower stops them for a few seconds from getting onto your tower or your zone. Those few seconds, your partners will be coming near you. Your partners will be splatting those people. Those few seconds are extremely vital. Those few seconds can give you a few more points to get your splat zone farther, or more points, your tower farther, your Rainmaker farther. It is so powerful in that way. It really makes up a lot of time for you. Not only that, but once the umbrella shoots, you would think you're vulnerable, right? You just shot the umbrella, you now have nothing. You can still use it as a regular gun, and it is so good, and it's very powerful. The main thing that I really love about the Splat Brella is the element of surprise, because no other weapon shoots out this big shields of just horror on people. Yes, it doesn't do the most damage, and it doesn't splat people all the time, but that is a nuisance, an obstacle that the other team has to overcome, because you are right there shooting ink, blocking ink, and all of a sudden this big circle, it is pretty big, shoots out of nowhere. You either have to dodge that thing, or you have to splat it to death, or you're gonna have to body it, and you're gonna get hit by it and either get splatted by it or at least get hurt by it. And no matter what, with that shield that you're shooting, it's gonna do something to them. It's either gonna hinder them, or it's gonna splat them, or it's gonna spread ink. It is very good. And again, even when you shoot that thing, you still have the gun to shoot things with. And it's very, very good in that regard. And overall, this thing, its only huge weakness for me is that it doesn't spread much ink in turf wars and or splat zones. Yes, it doesn't spread a bad amount of ink, though. It just doesn't spread a great amount of ink, and that's completely fine for a weapon that isn't focused on spreading ink. And even then, it has something that many other things don't have. It is a huge long range shooting of ink. Okay, you can stand from afar and just shoot your umbrella and then splat people who are near you. It is very long range in that regard, and it does spread an okay amount of ink. So that's the only really negative I have. I'll get to the pros and cons sheet in a second. But for the modes, let's delve into this real quick. It is very, very, very good at tower control. I thought it was horrible at tower control because one of the bad things is you are kind of vulnerable when you're holding the umbrella, because someone can splat you from behind. You can turn around and still block some ink, and that's great, but you are a little bit vulnerable there. But at the same token, you are vulnerable at every direction, at every point with any weapon you have. So tower control is very good with umbrella because you are standing on the tower holding the umbrella, and they can't get on top of your tower unless there's ink on the tower. And they can't shoot ink on the tower if your umbrella is blocking their ink. Those 5-6 seconds of you holding the umbrella up blocking ink is another like 7, 8, maybe even 10 points of your tower moving, or your splat zone moving, which we'll get to in a second. So yes, very good on the tower. It's very good at splatting people, so getting people off the tower is really nice. And then also something we'll get into in a second, the special and sub is very good at tower as well. Next, splat zones. Splat zones, it is the worst for the umbrella. It is okay because you do get to shoot the umbrella, and the umbrella can go across the whole entire zone, which is nice. And then also it's good at splatting. It's just not the greatest at spreading ink, and it's not super far range to splat people across the zone either, but it is okay at splat zone, just the weaker of the three main modes. It's very good at Rainmaker because you are sitting there right next to the Rainmakers. You are running with the Rainmaker. You can guard the Rainmaker with your umbrella. You can have some really, really good teammate moments where you and your teammate are literally helping each other because one of you are holding the umbrella, one of you are holding the Rainmaker, and it's so powerful together. It's a great combination. Not only that, but you can get rid of people who have the Rainmaker really easy by just shooting their umbrella because they're very vulnerable. And those are the three main modes. Also Turf War. It's not the greatest at Turf War because it doesn't spread a great amount of ink, but you do get to splat a lot of people, which will help in the mode. And the umbrella does have long range, which can be helpful. And then of course the sub weapon, which is the little sprinkler, very good in tower control and on splat zones. It's alright, I guess. It's at Rainmaker, and it's really good in Turf War. And then of course the big shower of ink, the ink cloud there, or ink storm, whatever, it's very good as well. And I feel like you actually get to load it up really easily, the special. It's very quickly loaded. So moving on to the pros and cons sheet, we have a few really great pros. It is really strong. You know, I say quite strong, but I think I'm kind of underestimating it still. It is quite strong. It can KO, splat, what have you, really easily. You defend yourself. it's something you can't do. And it's not just defending yourself, it's defending your team, it's defending the Rainmaker, it's defending the zone, it's defending the tower. It is defending so much, and in a game like Splatoon that's so fast paced, slowing it down and saving your team 5 to 10 seconds of not having any ink on you is very, very beneficial. And also a long range Brella, it's kind of more of a shock factor than anything. No other weapon has this. When people see a Brella shoot at them out of nowhere, they don't know what to do. They either have to take it or they have to dodge it, which will hinder their plans no matter what. Onto the cons, it is a bit slow in the way that it takes a solid few seconds to get the umbrella loaded, which can be detrimental to you, and it also does take a few seconds to shoot the umbrella itself, which can be bad when you need to shoot it instantly or you need to defend yourself instantly. Those 2 seconds can get you KO'd, splatted very easily. And also spreading ink, we talked about this a few times, it's not the best at spreading ink. Right here is where I would have the comment section exposed, where I read off all of your ratings and your reviews of the Splat Brella, but since it's the first episode, I can't do that obviously. So make sure to comment down below right now your review of the Splooshomatic. Tuesday, I will read all of your reviews, your ratings out of 10, and I will do a compiled fan rating out of 10, and we will see how you rate the Splooshomatic. Now, onto my rating of the Splatoon 2 Splat Brella. 48 hours ago about is when the Splat Brella came out, and I was not so high on it. I did not like it much whatsoever. 24 hours ago, when I first did this review, that's right, I completely did this whole thing again because I changed my mind on the Splat Brella. I gave it a C+ originally, and I cannot disagree with that more. I would be so mad at myself if I released that video. I played it more with the Splat Brella after making it, and I was like, I have to redo it. I can't do this. I can't release a C+ on this thing. It is, in my opinion, don't go crazy, an A-. An A would be the highest I give on any weapon on Splatoon 2. I don't think it's the absolute best Splatoon 2 weapon, but it is definitely up there. There are a few weaknesses. It's not extremely well-rounded, but it has a lot of things going for it. It's extremely unique. There is nothing like it. You will always find a spot for it on your team that will be helpful, beneficial. It is very, very, very shocking when you shoot a Splat Brella or you have it up and defending your team. I almost wanted to give it an A, but this thing also did just come out 2 days ago, and we have to wait for the dust to settle, and there might be versions of the Splat Brella that are even better than the basic one that we just got. Maybe some better specials, subs, times, stuff like that. So I am going to give it an A- because it's not the best at spraying ink. You are vulnerable sometimes, and it can be a bit slow, but it is great, and it's worth my A-. I also have a power ranking, so every single episode we will go back to the power ranking and see what the best weapons are in Splatoon 2. Obviously, since this is the first episode, the Splat Brella is #1, so we will see where the Splooshomatic ends up on this list. Comment down below your rating of the Splooshomatic. I will be back here on Tuesday with my review of the Splooshomatic, along with your reviews of it in the compiled list. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Subscribe for more Splatoon 2 content. I'll see you later. Goodbye. I wanted to give a minute of my favorite gameplay of the Splatoon 2 Splat Brella before you go. This is my favorite moment of the Splatoon 2 Splat Brella. It inked so many people. It was so powerful in tower control. Please witness this and enjoy. Have a good day.